James Baba.
Honorable Baba.
Mr. Speaker, sir, and to the people of KOBOKO, I've not been coming here because my health has been a challenge, my finances, and so coming here has been really difficult. And since my hospitalization in September when I had surgery on my prostate, I was not even going to Parliament. But on the 9th of January this month, I decided to go to Parliament to see what was happening there. Those are my colleagues, Dr. Musa, Dr. Ayube, Honorable Ate was briefing me from time to time. But this time I decided to go to Parliament. Halfway on my way to Parliament that morning, I got a call that Honorable Diri had passed on from one of the residents in Tula. I did not have Robert's number, I did not have Dr. Sanya's number. I wanted to confirm from one of the family members. Immediately, Dr. Charles Aime called me and said, yes, it's true. I have just spoken to Dr. Sanya. Our sister, our mother had passed on. So anyway, I continued to Parliament. As I entered Parliament, the Speaker informed the Honorable Mavengina had just said. But she wasn't sure. She wasn't sure because even Sekirinya's death, they said, although he was brain dead, the heart was still pumping. So she didn't want to announce anything. So when I walked in, I was ushered straight to her, and I told her I want to confirm that Honorable Diri has passed on. I've heard now from the member of the family. So immediately she asked me to, which I made in the house that very day. And the Speaker did not only stop at that, and myself, right in front of her in the house, said, go and arrange for Baba Diri's funeral right now, Parliament will pay. So the clerk was instructed to contact A+ Funeral Service, Robert Lemeriga and Dr. Rita Sanya to be on top. So I want to take this opportunity to thank the Right Honourable Speaker for acting very fast. With the funeral arrangement, the treatment of the body, and the transportation up to KOBOKO here. Also, when we were at the vigil at her home, that very night in the evening, Hajat Medina contacted her and said, Madam Speaker, how about bringing the body to Parliament for Parliament to pay tribute? She said she was going to contact the President because that privilege is only for sitting members of Parliament. For those who have left Parliament, she needed to consult the President. As some of you may recall, that time, that weekend, there was a summit at Munyonyo on agriculture. Many heads of state had come to Uganda, and the President was their host. So it was difficult, I think, to get communication from him about bringing the body of our colleague to Parliament. Even by the time when at that St. Luanga Cathedral in Kawempe, she had not got any information by then. So we agreed, she directed, she instructed, and the Deputy Speaker who called on the family at Tula confirmed that when Parliament resumed, they will give a slot so that we make a special resolution paying tribute to Honorable Margaret Diri. So I want to tell you that every effort was made to try and bring the body to Parliament by the Right Honourable Speaker. And now the best we are going to do is move a motion, a resolution of tribute to the outstanding work for this wonderful lady. I want to thank Honorable Banadatiku, former Member of Parliament of Wayuf, for arranging the body to be brought through Arua City to Ethiopia Cathedral and the eventual procession which left all the way from Ethiopia up to KOBOKO. It was very impressive, it was very wonderful. The whole world saw it in the social media. This was a glowing tribute to Margaret for the outstanding work she did. I agree with all the accolades given on Honorable Margaret by Diri. She served the country, she served the district, she served the community of the disabled people with her heart, with her soul, with her spirit. Those tributes are truly, truly are deserved. For me personally, I want to pay tribute to her because throughout the 25 years she has been in Parliament and the period I worked with her, never once did our paths cross. Never once did we raise our voices. We are always moving together in perfect harmony and perfect understanding. I really want to salute her for that. The only time I nearly messed up with her was in Champwans. You know, NRM, we normally have our caucus in Champwans, especially after the elections. We are taken there for induction. And she is always very close to Honorable Helen Asamu, the Minister of State for Disabilities. Now in Kiankwanzi, there is a canteen. And normally in the canteen in the evenings, people go there to relax. Now Honorable Diri and Honorable Asamu liked their beer. They would be drinking in a corner by themselves. Now when I passed by them, I saw so many empty bottles. And I was really concerned. I said these beers can cause temptations, can lead to sin. How are you going to handle yourselves? Oh, the two women jumped on me. What are you insinuating? Even people with disabilities have a right to sex. You go away. Honorable Asamu said, if you have nothing useful to do here, get lost quickly before I crack your head with my stick. So I had to run away. I never ever get challenged their drinking, and they love their beer. So Mama, forgive me for interfering that day. So now, the other special tribute I want to pay to her is the way she brought up her children and her family, especially after she lost her husband. You can see I came here late because I traveled the whole of yesterday. I almost failed to wake up this morning. But anyway, I'm here now. The children spoke before I came, but I had them speak in Tula at the residence. I had them speak at St. Ruanga Karoli Church, how dedicated they are to their mother, and how grateful they are to their mother for bringing them to be what they are. They are all professionals. There's a doctor, there's an engineer, there's a banker, the ladies are in London and USA, all doing well by themselves. Even Salam Musumba, Honorable Salam Musumba Aule, is a serious businessman, I hear in Kampala. So, I want to tell the people of KOBOKO, the essence of family togetherness, family unity is very, very key. The family is the place where you go for support. The family is the place of love and joy. Keep the family together. When you're in trouble, that's where you go. When you call, it's the family. and you can see how strong the family is. These kids are going to survive, even without their mother now, because they were well brought up, and they are going to raise wonderful families the way their mother has raised them. Now, what is my biggest disappointment? My biggest disappointment is with the people of KOBOKO. You people here looking at me. Aren't you the same people giving praises to one of Diri, singing her name to high heavens? And yet in 2021, you threw her down batter, didn't you? Didn't she lose? Somebody was still doing very well, you are praising her, then you say, Ata Ayemura, Ata Ayemura. You threw Diri batter. I also remember when you threw me back, I said, but I think for Honorable Margaret Diri, she was already diabetic, she already had pressure. I think after losing that election, things then began to grow worse for her. Are you surprised that she passed on from heart attack? So those who are still doing well, let them go on. Those who are still performing and producing results, let them go on. Isn't it? Let's not repeat that mistake again. But for me, I've already announced you people. I'm done. Now I let go quickly. Hajat Madina is my daughter. Kanawara Baga is my son. Diadone is my son. Dr. Njima is my ajago. Nani Gemda Ledu to Gele de Gascaran Katanati Kilaran Pempu. Talo Inumundro. Talo made a program Gascaran to Badinwana. Mutu Gele to Jonia Lila Kiana Gadina Tagola Katan. Taimonica. One Pipita Nada, the Babado Toguna. Nana Yani told them to get with Gerutan Taku Sen. Taimonica. Now, Chairman Mambo. The other DC, my friend Itala, whose aunt is even here today, Honorable Salam Musumba. By the way, Honorable Salam Musumba, I'm so happy that you have come to KOBOKO. All the way from Usoga. Thanks is very good to my son, Raymond. Raymond had a bad accident, the entire elbow. Now they have put their iron and it's still healing. But you have come all the way here for the love of people of KOBOKO, and they have shown it to me, your son and my son. I really want to appreciate it. I want to appreciate Christina Achayo. In Parliament, we used to sing this song, Ngonga, Maria Ngonga. You know this song, Maria Ngonga? Ngonga ye yale, Maria Ngonga ye yale. Do you know the meaning of that song? It means Maria ran away from her husband because of beans. The man was not buying meat. Some of you women are very bad, you run away from home because the man got meat. So my nickname with her is Ngonga Ngonga every time. So Ngonga, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. This is addressed to the chairman. As I said, RDC has mentioned and confirmed that tomorrow, His Excellency the President is going to be represented by his Vice, High Excellency Escalupo. That's very high level presentation. In occasions like this, we must take advantage and present our issues. so that she can take it to government, to the president. One of them, Honorable Jamila, presented it here very clearly. Because of the work Baba Diri did for people with disabilities, not only in KOBOKO but throughout Uganda. Let a school be built in her memory for people with disabilities here in KOBOKO. That should be number one on the list. In recognition of her work, you can even see there's interpretation there for people who are not able to hear or see. The Building Society of Uganda now have a regulation for access to public buildings. They must be disability sensitive, whether toilet or access or utility companies, all these must be friendly to people with disabilities. So she has done a lot. Something like that must be made in her memory. Honorable Madengena Catherine Akumu has told you about the Ghana meeting, which is going to take place here on the 18th, 20th. The leaders here, I'm told, have approached the government, especially His Excellency the President. Up to now, they have not had any response. You people decided to bypass us, MPs, and you went direct. Now you are fumbling, you are asking us to go back and approach.
Honorable Baba, can you conclude?
This is a very important point, right, Honorable Speaker. Now, tomorrow, when next year the Vice President is coming, can we get a contribution for the Ghana? Last two areas. And an area very dear to Honorable Margaret Babadiri, with which we have been fighting together and partially succeeded, together with the leadership of the district. We have our industrial park in Oraba, 74 hectares, almost 200 acres of land. There is no better place to develop an industrial park than Oraba. South Sudan is facing you here, DRC is facing you here, Central African Republic is only 146 kilometers. They will come here to buy cement, mabati, sugar, salt, whatever. There is no better place for an industrial park than Oraba. We want government to really honor their commitment for development. The district has already handed over the land title to the Free Zones Economic Authority. So let us push taking advantage of vehicles coming tomorrow. The second one is Busia International Market. Honorable Amelia Chambade came and broke the ground. They just built one structure so far. Only one structure. We were all there for the groundbreaking. Up to now, the work has stopped. Yet that thing is being funded by the African Development Bank. No, PTA Bank, Preferential Free Trade Area Bank, based in Zambia. It's not the only border market. There's one in Busia, there's another one in Pondwe. The one in Busia, KOBOKO, is the third one. So let's put these requests there so that they can the benefit of the people of KOBOKO as pushed by Honorable Babadiri. The last one, Mr. Speaker, sir, is the Nyangilia Cathedral. The President himself came and said, people of KOBOKO, the Anglicans, we shall complete the wall and the roof. I will complete. You heard him. Now the thing is just there, nya. Nya, staring at us. Let us remind the people to take our message to the President that as we mourn, as we bury, please, can you look back to KOBOKO on some of the outstanding pledges for this area. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the good send-off for the mama. And thank you to the family. Susan Apai has been very wonderful to the mother. There's one here in KOBOKO called Clara. I call her poso. You know this thing called poso? She likes eating poso so much. Clara is here. Then in Kampala, working with Susan, was Lilian Advocacy, and of course then the driver. All this gave a lot of support to their mother, and I'm truly grateful for them. Thank you again so much.
Thank you. Can we put our hands together for Honorable Baba?
Thank you, Honorable James Baba. I would like to call Honorable Charles Ayume.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me to... Can we have order, please? Let's maintain silence. Someone is communicating. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to step over the protocol in interest. My name is Dr. Charles Ayume. I am your host member of Parliament. I'm the member of Parliament of KOBOKO Municipality. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to join the rest of the mourners to pay tribute to our mother, who has been a mother to all of us, has been a mother to me as well. It's very hard to eulogize a very tall tree in a forest, and I'm glad that our elders like Honorable James Baba, Honorable Salam Musumba started with the baton and set the bar, but they have really set it very high. Working with her in Parliament, because by the time I joined she was leaving Parliament, but her footprints, her marks all over Parliament. Fellow mourners, when you really want to know that you run your race on earth, when the good people and the bad people speak about you in equal measure, then you know that you did a good job. Honorable Margaret Diri was spoken about very well with no stain across the political divide, both on the NRM side and on the side of the opposition, both on the side of members of the UPDF and so forth, even the press. So, as somebody who comes from KOBOKO, I feel very proud, and she set the bar extremely high. Some of us did not join politics so many years ago because we were very comfortable that the bus was being driven very well. Honorable Margaret Diri was in the steering wheel, Honorable James Baba was the conductor, the conductor. So as we was the one collecting the cash. So even when we were asked, why aren't you joining in 2011, I'm like, I'm very comfortable with the leadership. 2016, I'm very comfortable with the leadership. But around 2018-19, certain things started going astray, so some of us had to jump in and try and catch up. So she really, she was a woman of many attributes, but I can describe her in 5 areas. One was the area of love. She was a family. And you could, from the tribute by her family. Secondly was unity. She was a very uniting factor, and did not like, she's like me, I don't like things of Kabila, divisions, tribes, and so forth. You understand? The other issue was humility. Our fellow mourners, humility does not cost anything. And the late Francis Ayume told me one thing, that when you join a public office, remove all your clothes from the hangers, from the cupboards, put them in a bag and put them at the door. Because anytime you're on your way out, anytime. And that means when we are given these positions, public offices, in trust by the people, we should treat them with respect, but with a lot of humility. Whether you have a lead car, route openers, we come to beg for votes, then we get the lead cars, and then we're the same people driving you guys off the road. But Honorable Margaret Diri was not like that. Unfortunately, she left before being given a ministerial position. The other issue was hard work, of course, being a widow, being a woman in the time of KOBOKO, where this place was a war zone, and then you're blind, and then you're a widow, and then managing to come through to the national level is not a mean feat. And the other issue is, Mama lived for 70 years. Last week I was in Parliament with the National Planning Authority, and our life expectancy is 67 years. So she had surpassed the life expectancy by 3 years at 70 years. So I think she deserves a hand clap. So she was living on extra bonus, like what MTN gives you when you don't have money, you can borrow. Now, persons with disabilities, fellow mourners, I was disabled for 3 months in 2021. I played football for Parliament, and the people of KOBOKO, you should know that the person who holds the defense for Parliament is the one who is speaking, and the number 4. But I fractured my leg in 2021 when we were just coming to Parliament, so I was in a cast. It was a very horrible experience. I was using crutches, I had to climb steps, and that's when it hit me that we have not prepared adequately for persons with disabilities. Even some of the hotels you go to, the showers, the toilets, the stairs, there are no lifts. And I'm sorry to say this, but in that time with the cast, I still had to make love to my wife. But being a disabled person did not stop me, and I was blessed with a child during that time. Yes, but from that time, I made a vow that if there is any bill or motion, Right Honourable Speaker, that comes to Parliament concerning disabled persons, I will wholeheartedly support. Honourable Margaret is a member of Parliament. Now, 2 years ago, when we were looking at the tax bills, and we said, can we exempt diapers? Can we have a special exemption on diapers? We debated about it for a long time. Mr. Speaker, all of us are growing old. We'll get into our 80s where our anal sphincters stop working, and we'll need these diapers. I could not believe that there were some people who were against the tax exemptions. When you have a child or an adult in ICU, you need the diapers. The amount you spend every year, I mean every day on diapers, is astronomical. Continue to support policies in memory of Honourable Margaret Diri that speak to the comfort and well-being of persons with disabilities. Even tax exemptions for crutches, for white canes, for wheelchairs, these should be termed as assisted medical devices. Because in the medical sector, we have taxes. Why don't we have the same exemptions for persons with special needs? My senior colleague, Honourable James Baba, has talked about the events at Parliament level, and I think also Honourable Medina spoke about them. And I would like to say that that is what happened. Allow me to thank our Right Honourable Speaker and the President for acting promptly. Because we went to see the Clerk to Parliament with Honourable James Baba, and she directed that 15 million shillings be availed to A+ funeral services for the burial arrangements. And it is not usually the norm in Parliament, but I would like to thank her for that very humble gesture. As Honourable Baba said, eventually and I also want to thank the President for giving our mama an official burial, an official send-off. Right Honourable Speaker, there are two types of funerals. There is the state funeral, which is for the President, Vice President, Chief Justice, Deputy Chief Justice, the Speaker, and the Deputy Speaker. Then we have the official burial. So it is at the prerogative of the President to grant somebody other than a sitting MP, a minister, an eminent person, this kind of burial. So I would really want to thank the President again for doing that. And we have taken the point home. We shall try and, because we work within the law, there's something called the Parliamentary Pensions Act. We work within that act, and it's the one that guides us. Finally, Honorable Speaker, Mama died of a heart attack, as was mentioned by Dr. Sanya. And even in the best healthcare systems, if you're far from a hospital, especially our Uganda, because Kawempe Hospital is not far from where Mama stayed. Same with Mulago. Our problem is the traffic jam. It would take you about 1 hour to cover that distance. But allow me to give information to the mourners, Right Honorable Speaker. I chaired the Parliamentary Committee of Health for 3 years. And we had started trying to aggressively invest in a new heart center. As I speak, for those of you who have passed Naguru, our good President gave us 10 acres. He's given Ministry of Health 10 acres. And the contractor, Arab contractors, has already started building a new heart hospital, and it will be one of the best in the world. This one has started. It is a loan from Islamic Development Bank. Don't ask me about other hospitals. I'm talking about the one in Naguru. I have it on good authority because I was the chairman of the health committee. Secondly, Honorable Speaker and fellow mourners, we had started the issue of decentralizing cancer services. We are done with the regional cancer center in northern Uganda, that is in Gulu. The other 3 to be built is one in Mbale, another in Westnile, and another one in Arua. I have good news that the funding for the one in Arua has also been procured from Islamic Development Bank. But actual implementation may take some time. So these are deliberate efforts to help the people of Uganda, but in particular the people of West Nile. Our visitors who have come from Kampala, you've seen how far KOBOKO is. I hope they did not ask you for visas at the bridge in Pakwach. It is very far. So we need these services. As we ask for these services, fellow mourners and the people of KOBOKO, let's invest in education. We are bringing the law faculty here. Where are we going to get the lecturers from? We are bringing the Cancer Institute to Arua. Where are we going to get the doctors from? The hospital is in the works. Where are we going to get the doctors from? Our people from Kampala, the breakfast, the eggs you had today, I wouldn't be surprised if they were from Kampala. Honorable Musumba, some of our agriculture produce comes from ginger, comes from Kampala, the eggs. Ours in KOBOKO is to offload the 40-foot container, and then we say we are also in the money economy. I really want to take it upon us to get out of our sleep and try as much as possible to harness the market in South Sudan and Democratic Republic of Congo that Honorable James Baba was talking about. The children, your mother wouldn't have left a better legacy than you. I don't know how much is in her bank account, but from what I see there, you're about worth 100 billion. You have a doctor, a PhD, I don't know, you understand? Legacy, if you're given a task to do it to the best of your ability. Your mother has left no debt, and I think she has gone to heaven. Whatever task you're given, do it to the best. Whether it is prostitution, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a thief, do it to the best of your ability. and your legacy will prevail. We had a thief in Westnile called Adnan. I think he was there in the 1990s. He used to steal so well, he never used to kill, but his legacy still lives on because he was a very good thief. Your mother was a very good member of parliament, and her legacy will live on through you people. She has set the bar. Yours is to try and emulate and challenge and set it higher. Thank you very much. Farewell, the Mama.
Thank you. Thank you. We put our hands together for Honorable Dr. Charles Ayume, MP KOBOKO Municipality.
Thank you, Dr. Charles Ayume. I will invite Dr. Musa last, but right now is my time to talk and pay my tribute to our Mama. All protocols remain observed. In this very difficult and sorrowful time, may we all find love and strength in God. As human beings, it's not easy to lose someone you know. As children, it's not easy to lose your mom. As a politician, it's not easy to lose someone you contested with and someone who had intentions of coming to contest with you. In an African setting, it has so many assumptions. When this sudden news got me, I was totally demoralized because I had so many thoughts going on, running into my head. I told myself, what happened? I don't remember being told Mama was sick. I don't remember ever saying Mama frail. I don't remember, every time I met Mama, she was walking and she was okay. I didn't see it coming. If she was sick, you would have assumptions, but I did not see this coming. If I stand before you and tell you that I knew Mama very well, then I'm looking for sympathy and I'm making very big lies to get votes. No, far from it. I knew Mama to a small extent. I contested with Mama in 2020, and our campaigns were one of the cleanest in Uganda and in KOBOKO. In Uganda today, where a campaign is all about attack, propaganda, religion, underlooking each other, me and Mama did not attack, did not have any attack on personalities, did not insult or abuse each other. Because me as Ate, I held Mama with very high esteem. Politics aside, Mama was Mama, and she deserved her respect as Mama. And I gave it to her, to the dot. I stand here with confidence, knowing that I respected Mama, and if she was here present in a different circumstance, I wouldn't have spoken on this microphone without allowing her first to speak before I do so. When I won primary elections, other candidates can say I will come to general election, but Mama blessed me. She left me to go to for general elections, and I want to thank her for that. After swearing in, we often crossed paths in Parliament. At first, she's there. Susan would always be with Mama. At first, when I would see Mama in Parliament, I would walk very fast past her. I had a sense of guilt that, oh, it is me that let Mama, brought her down. And I would quickly walk past her. Then later, I would say, Mama, how are you? And I would quickly walk past her before she would answer me. As time went on, I would say, hello, Mama, how are you? She would quickly respond to me. Ate Adiopo. And I would say, Mama, I'm fine. She would say, my daughter, are you okay? I would say yes. And I would quickly run. I was not happy that I would see her and I have to run away from her because I contested for a seat with her and I won and I won. But Mama showed me love. She was a mother to me. Many times when we met, she would always treat me like a daughter. She never treated me like an opponent. She treated me like a daughter. She would ask about my baby KOBOKO. How is KOBOKO? How many months? I'll say, Mama, she's 4 months now. Oh, you named after KOBOKO. I think you are not serious, ba? Mama was a lovely woman. I cannot forget that day she congratulated me and asked me to work very hard and bring new development to KOBOKO. As a woman MP seat is not an easy seat. I have very much respect for Mama. If you want to know how heavy a district is, try being a woman member of parliament. The demands are heavy. Over 400 villages on one person, everyday funerals, burials, functions, that your presence must be felt. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm sure Mama never saved any money. She used all her money for the people of KOBOKO. And even, sometimes they'll say her impact is not felt. You can never feel fully an impact of a woman MP because her place is too big. Even when Mama declared that she was going to contest with me, I still had very much respect for her. I was going to contest with her the same way I did in 2020 with so much respect. And I will still call her Mama the way I do. Mama's sudden passing has made me realize that everything we have is vanity. We fight each other as human beings. We fight for land. We fight to acquire wealth. We fight for position. We attack each other on earth, friends. But when you die, you leave everything here on earth where we all came and found it. I've also learned to take life more, not too seriously, to love more and embrace peace and unity. Most importantly, to appreciate people around me when I'm still alive. To the bereaved family, there are no words that I can say that will be warm enough like that of Mama. She was your mom, she was your aunt, she was your sister, she was your relative. My heart goes out to you. Receive, accept my deepest sympathies. My office is always open and my arms are wide open. Ate does not segregate. Ate does not close a door to anybody. Ate is for everyone. Ate embraces everything positively. Please don't say because Mama this, I am here. Anytime you need me, please, my hands are open. I would like to extend my appreciation first to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for granting Mama an official burial. My people of KOBOKO, it's not easy to grant a member of parliament an official burial, but Mama served diligently and she was granted this. We want to thank him for that. I would also like to thank Right Honorable Anita Moore for the swift action she took upon receiving this sudden news. And I would like to thank Right Honorable Taibwa, who came personally to pray with us at home. I would like to thank all members of parliament who are here and who have stood with us during this very trying moment. To all members of the council and all local leaders, I would like to appreciate you because most of you have worked endlessly since the passing of Mama. And to the family, I would like to thank you. It's not easy, but you have been brave. You have stood firm. You have spoken. Today is the first day I've seen almost all Mama's children. Before I didn't know who Mama's children were. but I would really like to thank you for the courage and for all that I've heard about you and about Mama. Most importantly, I would like to thank the people of KOBOKO so much for receiving Mama with so much love. What you did, my people, it's made me ask myself so many questions. Am I doing enough? Don't I need to do more? Don't we need to do more as leaders? My colleagues, these questions ran into my head over and over and over again. I want to thank you, Mama, for serving KOBOKO diligently. Maybe we have not been doing well enough, but we have pledged to do more as leaders. We know we cannot achieve everything you have achieved. You are your whole person, and we are all holistically different, but we pledge to emulate you even more. A testimony today has filled our hearts and given us more pressure to work and do more for our people. This death is a journey for all of us, and every single one of us is going to go just like this. Until we meet again, Mama, rest in peace. The great Margaret.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All resolutions that were taken here, I've promised the council that we are going to discuss it on the floor of Parliament, and I'm sure out of them, government does not pick everything at once. But I want to make a promise that out of them, some will be picked immediately, some will come later, as you know how government operates. Please don't be very harsh on us, we also follow government proceedings. I beg you, people of KOBOKO, I beg to submit, because I was scared to even speak. I said, when these people see me as a witch.
Thank you, thank you.
But I want to thank you for this opportunity. Honorable Musanoa, I invite you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's have Dr. Musanoa, the Member of Parliament, KOBOKO North, who is also on behalf of the chairperson of the Parliamentary Caucus, Westnile, to have the concluding tribute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Your colleagues, speakers across Westnile, members of Parliament present, distinguished mourners in your various capacity, the bereaved family. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for gathering here today to celebrate the life of a woman who has glorified our district. While I was sitting here, I expected the chairperson of Westnile Parliamentary Caucus to be here. I am the general secretary for the caucus. At around midday, he sent me a message he's unable to be with us today and possibly join us tomorrow. And he requested me to represent him and the caucus. Therefore, on behalf of the caucus, I want to thank all of you, those who have already talked. I want to thank those who have been organizing the arrangements since 9th, when we lost our dear mother. And specifically, I want to thank Hajat Medina. Every time I went home at Tula, I would always find her there. So therefore, I want to thank all of you. When we received this message on 9th, I came home the following day, I sat down, I tried to recollect my experience about late Honorable Margaret Baba III. And I thought I needed to write something down so that I'll be able to say something. But I found I was almost putting a book, because I had known her physically, and I had also read what she said about herself. And actually, I'm a bit disappointed, Mr. Speaker. All the speakers who spoke here, no one has made reference to her biography. But I'm happy most of the things that you have talked about, but I just want to present my speech verbatim. But I want to say, as people of KOBOKO, we shall never forget about the 9th of January, 2025. For us in Westnile and KOBOKO district in particular, this day shall be remembered as the day when we lost a hero, a woman of virtue, a mentor and selfless person who lived for the good of the community, especially the disadvantaged and the most vulnerable. The first time I met late Honorable Margaret Diri was in 1998 in Ivara Secondary School. They had come as leaders to address us when there was a strike. I then continued to interact with her as a student leader in Margaret University, as a civil servant in KOBOKO district, and as a politician. My recent interactions with her after leaving Parliament were through Parliamentary Forum for Social Protection, where she remained a member until her passing. Through my interaction with the late Honorable Diri, I thought I had known her. It was until I read her book, The Invisible Hand of God in My Life, Blind but not able, That was when I came to know the late Honorable Margaret Diri. If I am to describe her, late Honorable Margaret Diri, I would describe her as a woman who had 2 lives, each starting with the development of milestones of life. Her first life was from 1954 to 1987. Honorable Margaret Diri, the cited. And then her second life was the life from 1987 until her passing 2025. Honorable Margaret Diri, the blind. Indeed, unless you read her biography, you have known too little about late Honorable Margaret Diri. And talking about her contribution to humanity, particularly to the country and KOBOKO district, is to discuss the most obvious, which is known and felt by all of us. For me, the most important is how late Honorable Margaret Diri overcame all the tribulations in her life and came to make immortal contribution in our lives. Contributions that resonated with us and importantly with ordinary and vulnerable persons. 2 examples suffice, Mr. Speaker, to demonstrate how late Margaret Diri's contributions really resonated with the ordinary persons. It was just a day before her passing on 8th of January 2025 at around 4 p.m. While discussing about what KOBOKO would get a National Development Plan for, especially in infrastructure, one of the members of our subgroup for KOBOKO North tasked me as the chairperson of District Roads Committee to ensure value for money in ongoing road maintenance works. It was like to say, please stop bothering us of NDP4. You first tell us what value we are getting in the works we are doing now. And then another young man responded and he said, I quote, "True, I remember that Ojipako at Agoro Road. If not for our former woman member of parliament, Baba Diri's intervention, it was not going to be opened as it is now." This road is actually, the official name is Indiga Bamure Road. Some earlier speakers have already talked about it. This means what it really resonated with is resonates with the ordinary person. And we know it's not only that road. We have many other roads that are attributed to her. This is one of the examples to show you how the works of late Margaret Diri resonates with the ordinary person. The second one is when I arrived home on the evening of 9th January 2025, the day of her passing, I told my dependents we had lost Honorable Diri and I would be proceeding to her home. I went to my bedroom and changed clothes. And when I stepped out, I found one of my dependents, who is now in Margaret University, weeping uncontrollably. I later found that The gentleman was a beneficiary of late Baba Diri's education program in Kochi Secondary School, where he studied free. And we know many vulnerable students benefited from her scholarship. Through her works as a teacher, advocate for the vulnerable, and as a member of parliament, she has touched the lives of very many people within and outside KOBOKO district. As a member of parliament, I had the opportunity to benefit from her counsel when in one of our meetings of Social Protection Forum of Parliament, I talked to her about my frustrations, about my disconnect with the electorate on their wants and needs and their expectations, when I had put a lot of effort in mobilizing the electorate for development by impressing government programs. Senator too understood my frustrations, and she was very familiar with the situation and said, I quote, "It is normally not easy to align the electorate to your thinking. It will take time for some to understand you. You should not get frustrated with them. You simply need to work hard so that you can get the time to make an impact." As a member of parliament representing persons with disability, she contributed in enactment of laws and policy frameworks for the PWDs and other marginalized groups, and it's made Parliament of the Republic of Uganda to create an enabling environment for persons with disabilities to work at the Parliament, including having parliamentary records in Braille and installing talking lifts in the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Despite all her achievements as a member of Parliament, late Honorable Margaret Diri continued with her work as advocate for the vulnerable and marginalized, remaining active member of Social Protection Forum of Parliament even after leaving Parliament, actively participating in meetings and field works, field activities of the forum, fighting for the cause of the PWDs, the elderly, the women, and the teenage pregnant mothers, especially advocating for increase of the national budget for social protection. Late Honorable Diri's love for the people of KOBOKO was indeed inborn, and she always wanted to see them united, peaceful, and focused on development. In her biography, she narrated about her attributes of a husband she wanted to marry, and one of the attributes was she wanted a husband from her own district because she loved her own people very much and she wanted to see them more often. This was also one of the reasons she refused to contest as an independent after the chaotic NRM primary elections. Unlike some of us who are hot-headed, who do not tolerate mischief, she decided not to contest because she wanted people of KOBOKO to remain united and peaceful. She was not among those who segregated people of KOBOKO in terms of language. She would freely speak in Lugara when interacting with the Lugara-speaking communities, and in Kakwa when in Kakwa-speaking communities. We have lost a unifier. We know, as emphasized in the Ecclesiastes 3, 1 to 2. For my speech, I will say 1 to 2. But those of you who are interested, you can read up to 5, 1 to 5. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Time to be born, and time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Therefore, it is now our moment to say goodbye to our dear mother. I thank God that late Margaret Diri came along in our life as a nation, as a people of KOBOKO. Our grief and agony is comforted by the joy of what she has done in our lives as a community. I thank her for her services as a mother who raised brilliant children, as a teacher, as a PWD advocate, and the work she did in the disability movement within UDIP, and for her services as a member of parliament. Lastly, I want to thank all those who have supported her and made it possible for late Honorable Diri to change our lives, especially her parents, the siblings in particular. Late Miss Teresa, she wrote fondly about in her biography. Her family, her teacher for rehabilitation, Miss Anna Maria, her aides, specifically Miss Epai Susan and others, her driver, Mr. Samuel Doko, and the leadership of Muduk. particularly the executive director, who encouraged her to join politics. We are indeed indebted to all of you. We shall truly remember your tireless achievements and contributions, which have made significant impact in our lives, as I experienced in my own house on the day of your passing. May your soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the bereaved family, my dear mourners.
Thank you. Thank you, the Honorable Dr. Musa Noah, MP KOBOKO North, for representing the Chairperson Westnile Parliamentary Caucus. Colleagues, time is not our best ally. Yes, please. I think that marks the end of our communications and tributes, right from the members of council to my special guest. Can we move to the next item?
Honorable Speaker, the next item is item number 10, and that is adjournment.
Before I make my adjournment, please, Sergeant at Arms, can you quickly swing the microphone? I request all my colleagues to stand here in a line. Just introduce yourselves. My colleague speakers, only mention your name and the district where you come from. Quickly. Right honorable speakers, please, you step forward. I think they had earlier sent a list, but I can hardly find it here. I just request you kindly, you can just mention, so that you're also in front of the camera. Yes, very fast. You step forward.
Yes, thank you so much, the presiding speaker, the speaker, KOBOKO District Local Government. My name is Asiku Kasim. I am the district speaker of the district local government.
Thank you. Can we put our hands together for him? Yes, next.
Abdurrahman Ayub is my name. I am the Speaker KOBOKO West Division, Publicity Secretary KOBOKO District Speakers Forum, and also Spokesperson Urban Speakers Association, Northern Uganda.
A very short, powerful man. Thank you. Yes.
Protocol observed. This is Dr. Charles, Speaker Kuruba Sub-County Local Government. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kuruba Sub-County Local Government. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Protocol observed. Mzee Rakana Adrian, Deputy Speaker, Marachadesh Local Government.
A senior colleague, thank you.
I stand with the protocol and call Lawino Guatre Singo, Arua District Speaker.
Call Adiko Robert, the Deputy Speaker for Arua District Local Government.
Speaker Arua, thank you.
Protocol observed, and my name is Sauda Anike, Speaker Media.
Thank you so much, the Speaker Media Sub-County.
Protocol observed, and my name is Ajiko Joyce, Deputy Speaker, North Division, KOBOKO Municipality.
Thank you. Where we are accommodated.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And my name is called Kalfan Lodanya. I come from Danya, and I am the Speaker of Danya Sub-County.
Thank you, Kalfan Lodanya.
Council Speaker Maracha Emmanuel Wani is my name.
Wani is a former member of our ExCom. Thank you so much, Senior Wani.
Thank you. By the names of Rikajibe Francis Ambe, Speaker, North Division, KOBOKO Municipal Council. Thank you.
He is also the son to the Emeritus Speaker of KOBOKO District, that is George Ambe, and I think the entire family is becoming speakers now. Yes. Next.
Thank you. I am Emmanuel Baiga, the Speaker of KOBOKO Municipality, and the Chairperson of the Speakers Fraternity, KOBOKO District.
Thank you, my Chairman.
I respect the order of the sitting. I'm Sanya Samuel, the Speaker of our Town Council at the border, South Sudan.
Thank you. Sanya.
Malaya Mungu Rasul is my name. I am the tallest speaker in the district. I represent the people of Lodara Sub-County to the district. I am the Deputy Speaker, KOBOKO District Local Government, and also the Vice Chair, KOBOKO District Speakers Association. Thank you.
He is also being baptized with another name called Zacchaeus. So the people of Lodara, when you come here and you are looking for Malayamungu, you may not get him. You call Zacchaeus, you will find me. Yes, next.
Thank you so much. Call me Gaba Scovia. I am the Deputy Speaker, Kuluba.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker Kuluba.
I observe the order of the sitting, and my name is Asiki Swale, the only disabled Deputy Speaker for Media.
Oh, thank you so much, my brother, Deputy Speaker Media, and thank you for taking the mantle.
Thank you very much. I'm calling Maria Munka Juma, the Deputy Speaker, KOBOKO Municipal Council, and the Secretary for KOBOKO District Speakers Association. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This one here is the retired lieutenant who is LC1 of Market Square for more than 30 years, and the reserve force also. Thank you very much.
He is the Sergeant at Arms. Thank you, Agile. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can now take your seat. Before I conclude, allow me to invite the clerk to council to go through some of the key resolutions here. Please, you do that.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Here are some of the key recommendations in this council today. One, government through Ministry of Education should support Terebunga, Nyarilo, and Lima primary schools through infrastructure and learning materials in memory of late Margaret. Number two, a teacher training school be established in order to cut costs in KOBOKO for her memory. Number three, regional council sittings be continued to discuss pertinent issues in the region in memory of late Margaret. Number four, government should establish secondary school of persons with disability in KOBOKO. Number five, Kagoropa Busia Road be named in her memory in regard to her hard work in Roads Committee. Number six, the ENT section in KOBOKO Hospital at Badfa, once completed, should be named in memory of late Margaret Babaduri. Here are the recommendations we have captured.
I think the industrial park, the border market, the Nyangilia Cathedral, you will include them, and also the LC3 chairpersons made a recommendation that we need to, as people of KOBOKO, write books about the elites in KOBOKO so that they are in the archives, and we impress sports activities, because she also loved this sports too much. Those ones, you now harmonize them later. As I conclude, colleagues, I have only two messages here. I want to read them quickly because they are on my table. One is from Makerere University Business School, and it says, the community of Makerere University Business School, our campus, learned with deep sadness the untimely death of our family member, late Margaret Diri, who passed away on January 9, 2025 in Kampala. She was an exceptional mentor, an educationist, and a person who enabled the future of many Ugandans. On behalf of MOVES, Our campus community, I would like to extend my deep condolences to KOBOKO community and members of family, the late Margaret Diri. May the good Lord comfort and strengthen you as you cope with the grief and pain of loss. Please, may you accept our humble contribution of 100,000 shillings. May the soul of the late Margaret Diri rest in eternal peace. Thank you. And the second one here is, I am deeply saddened to hear the most shocking news about the passing of our dear colleague, friend, mother, Honorable Margaret Diri. Allow me sincerely extend my deepest condolences to the children, family, relatives, friends, and the entire people of KOBOKO. She will always be remembered and cherished of her generosity, experience, dedication, and commitment to serving the communities. Her presence in the social, economic, and political arena will be greatly missed, and her legacy will continue to inspire us all. My thoughts and prayers are with the family, all those who are touched by her kindness and warmth. May her soul rest in peace. A message from Sister Alia Dennis Taban with a humble contribution of 5 million shillings to follow. Thank you. Colleagues, I think without wasting time, I therefore want to say okay. Two quick one here. A special thanks goes to the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, the Honorable Anita Amon, for her quick shift. And I think in a special way, we also need to pay tribute and thanks to His Excellency for granting Honorable Margaret Diri a special burial. Those ones will be included. And finally, I want to thank each and every one of us who have sincerely tolerated all this without even having anything to eat. I know our sugar levels have gone down, but please, because of her, we are still very strong, and we thank Almighty God for that. I sincerely, on behalf of KOBOKO District Local Government Council, thank you so much. And to the family, please, you accept our sincere condolences as the Council of KOBOKO and the region at large. And we shall really try as much as possible through different forums of the speakers and the LC5 chairpersons and also the Parliamentary Caucus Westnile to ensure that we come in agreement with the Section 8 of the Local Government Act that talks about cooperation among local governments. So therefore, when we come up with that common agenda, we shall be able to always sit together and discuss matters affecting our region. I thank you so much for your time. I therefore officially take the singular honor to adjourn this sitting Sunday for God and my country.
Subido guys. Yeah. Okay.